Coming up on Fishing Australia, we're going troppo in Queensland's far north.
Loving it! Woohoo!
Whether you're a fisherman or just a visitor looking to relax, Cairns has a well-earned reputation for both. Positioned bang on the Great Barrier Reef, it's just a couple of hours flying time from Brisbane. Here, paradise can be right outside your door or a million miles away. And while I've been here many times before, I can't help but feel the fresh anticipation of what lies ahead. I'm meeting up with mates Biggles and Will from Bounty Hunter. Gliding out of the harbour, we turn northeast and start our steam toward Green Island. It's a good hour's run to the first fishing grounds, and we're counting on an epic day. The boss eased Bounty Hunter onto the troll and started the circuits, occasionally pulling up on some sounder hits. Will and I, meantime, settled back and waited for the scream of the drag.
You! That's what you want. Once again on the lure, you know, some days the lures work great and some days the bait. I'm pretty sure this is a lure on this one. This is just a great feeling, especially on a day like this. It's a mill pond out here. We're about 30 mile out now, and I don't know whether Biggle's seen that, but well, it could be a mackerel, Spanish mackerel, could be a tuna of some sort. There's a lot of variety out here, but I guess I'm hoping for a Spanish mackerel, one of my favourite fish. Anything will do here at the moment. We have some colour, a bit of silver coming up there. They normally take another run here in a minute. All right, here we go, nice Spanish mackerel. Come on, Will, you got that gaff ready, mate? Get in there. Beautiful. Woohoo! That is a great thing. Just beautiful fish. The Spanish mackerel, fantastic table fish. Oh, they just got everything. They're fast. Like big sharp teeth on them. You got to be very careful. He smashed that Williamson Speed Pro lure there, but you know he's I don't know, 5-6 kilo fish. Just got everything, mate. So this is this is brilliant.
Bounty Hunter came about for another run on the troll, and our boat was living up to its name because in literally no time, I was on again.
Well, the old pilchard on the gang hook in the burley trout trick. Oh, are you still there? These are fun fish. One of my absolute favourites. Classic short distance athlete, these Spanish mackerel. Big fast run, they come in, another big fast run. They're designed to accelerate off the mark and catch fish, and that's what they do. That's how they fight. Oh yeah, woohoo! Ah, yes. All right, we have colour on him. So these fish really sprint, stop, they come in for a bit and they build up their energy and they sprint again. They're not a slog out fight like a tuna or a GT. And it's because how they've evolved. They hover around the reefs and they stalk fish and then bang, they race out and grab the fish when they need it. And that's how they're built to fight too. This is a beautiful fish. He's not quite as big as I thought. He's just hooked under the chin a bit, so I'm not pulling off his weight from his nose, which means that he gets a bit better angle on me. There you go, there. And there's the gang hook that's hooked him under there. If you're pulling from the nose of the fish, you can turn them a lot easier because you've got leverage, but look at those teeth. They're not just sharp and cut like that, they're actually offset so they shear, and like that can cut through a bait fish that thick, just like a meat saw. They're incredibly sharp teeth, and that's why I'm being careful. But look at that. Spanish mackerel on the Great Barrier Reef.
Dare I say it, I took that one on the chin too and moved on. Coming up on Fishing Australia,
Yes,
we
indeed.
take flight.
Yahoo! Loving it.
I'm in Queensland's tropical north, fishing these magical waters off the coast of Cairns. With my mate Biggles at the helm and Will on the deck, we'd already scored a couple of decent Spanish mackerel. But then a welcome distraction, and the dream of pretty much every fisherman who comes to Cairns.
That's what we're talking about, baby. Hallelujah. Little black marlins come up and grabs one of the lures and it's hooked up. And that is good news for all of us. Woohoo! We had a couple of lures out, a couple of skipping gars and a teaser as well with a switch bait, but this guy's come out of nowhere and crash tackled the, oh, he's a little guy. Beautiful little black marlin out the back. Woohoo! This is what it's all about. Yes, indeed. He's coming up now. He's going to have a jump for us. This is what it's all about. Here he goes. Woo-hoo! Yes! Yahoo! That's what we're talking about. He's coming up again now. Here we go. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yes, indeed. Yahoo! Loving it. Oh, that's what you want to see. Look, he's up again. The little ones are so energetic. Yes. Oh, he's on there already. See how quick he is? He's already got 100 metres of line. He's stripped out the back there now. There he goes again. So a day on the reef here, you know, with a good charter operator like Biggles and Will on Bounty Hunter. You know, you can go for a mackerel. Little marlin are pretty much all year round. There's certain seasons where there's a few more. You can go for a reef fish. It's such a fantastic mixed bag. I must have filmed in Cairns a dozen times and fished here many, many times myself, just privately. It never fails to impress me. Tropical North Queensland. Get up here somewhere and have a look at this place. We've got the tag ready. There we go. Down he goes. It helps track where they're going and whoop. There he goes. That was a close call. Good driving by our captain there. Yeah, the tagging program's so important. They get recaptured sometimes in their own grounds here and sometimes, you know, down the southern half of Australia or, you know, halfway across the Pacific. And massive migratory fish, one tagged here, across the entire Pacific and ended up in South America. He's lit up still. Look at the stripes on him. He's, yeah, we're good. Okay.
When you're ready, I'll grab him.
Right. All right, he's, righto, Will, I think he's beat, mate. You want to come grab him for me? We'll get him up and have a quick look at him. Look at that, my friends.
Jump on his tail for us, Rod?
Yep.
Just grab his tail, mate. Hang on, I'll unhook him.
Phenomenal growth rate in these guys here. You know, in under 10 years, this guy is absolutely massive and you know, they double their size when they're this old every year, if not quicker. One of the fastest growing fish in the sea, and look at him go, fit as a fiddle, lit up like a marlin. Small black marlin off Cairns. You absolute ripper.
Alrighty, shall we put him back?
Absolutely. Okay, just get that water flowing through his gills. His eyes nice and bright, his fins up. He's ready to go. Look at those beautiful blue eyes there. Spin him round. One last pat. Away you go, fella. Yoo-hoo!
Well, mate. Good job.
And Biggs on the Bounty Hunter.
That was good.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Never, never, ever take for granted a marlin. Always enjoy it, and it's just...
When we come back, I get another point of view on Cairns. And an encore.
Classic for them to come on the chew in the afternoon, you know, everything's come together. Look at him go there, yes.
It's pretty much the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. and a playground for adventure seekers and holiday makers from around Australia and the world. Just up the road is the magnificent Daintree. And to the west, only a short hop from the city, a network of rivers and creeks that runs forever. There's no shortage of places to stay in Cairns, but the go-to choice is the Reef Hotel. Perfectly positioned on the waterfront, it offers a range of elegant rooms and suites, plus all the usual facilities you'd expect from a luxury hotel. One of the star attractions at the Reef is the multi-award-winning Tamarind restaurant. Chef John Crank has earned himself an enviable reputation and a hat for his fusion of Eastern flavours and local cuisine. John, I'm always intrigued to know what inspires you to create these dishes that I see before me.
I think living in far north Queensland, it's the abundance of fresh produce from your seafood to your vegetables, fruit and vegetables, which are grown on the Atherton tablelands. Yes. And just taking the ingredients, mixing them and playing with different flavours, having some fun with dishes as well, using some ingredients people have never tried before. We've seen a big change in dining habits in Cairns. People are a lot more interested in where the food comes from, how it's produced, where it's produced, whether it's organic. Local produce is a big focus at Cairns at the moment. And I think some of the restaurants in Cairns can, you know, go alongside the restaurants in Melbourne and Sydney and hold their own.
For more information about the Reef Hotel and Casino, check out their website. Adjacent to the hotel, and defined by its iconic glass dome, is this place. Cairns Zoom is a sky-high wildlife and adventure experience with a difference. You can get up close and personal with some of the locals, great for kids, and if you want to get your blood pumping, head outside for a whole new perspective. For bookings, go to cairnszoom.com.au. And if all that excitement is a bit much, you can dial things back a notch at the city's fabulous saltwater pool. About a 15-minute drive from the city centre, you'll have your head in the clouds. The awesome Sky Rail is a spectacular ride high into the rainforest. Running for more than 7 kilometres, the cableway takes you above Barron Gorge and into a magical walk. Passing by ancient trees towering above the canopy, the guided walk takes between 1 and 2 hours, depending on your choice of tour. And among other things, offers views like this. For details about tours and packages, check out their website. Back on the water, and we had time for one last run with the lads from Bounty Hunter.
Mackerel mayhem here, classic for them to come on the chew in the afternoon. You know, everything's come together. Look at him go there, yes. We've had a chance to find where the bait and the fish are hanging out. Sun dips a bit lower. They snap into feeding mode. And Max, your uncle, look out. The good thing about hovering over the spot with the motor's on, and rather than being at anchor, is that we can manoeuvre the boat once we've got a fish on. And so we can follow a big fish around, catch them on lighter tackle that way, and also stay over the bait schools. So you can anchor, but it's just another approach that Captain Biggles uses a lot of, and it obviously works very well. All right, here we go now. Good thing about the spot here is we've found a spot of our own, and the sharks aren't too thick, so we don't have to rush it too much, bringing them in. Well, I think that's enough for us. We've got plenty of mackerel. We'll leave these guys biting. But there you go, Spanish mackerel. 22-mile lot off Cairns. Very reliable, pretty much year round, but particularly in winter. And if you're lucky you nail some nice weather, you're going to have an absolutely fantastic day out.
Coming up, we head into the stunning estuaries west of Cairns and make our mark.
Here we go. How good's that?
And you can keep up with all the action, adventure and excitement from our travels by going to the fishingaustralia.tv website. You'll find tips to help you land that dream catch, plus info about our destinations. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Another day in paradise, and today I'm joining Daryl from Fishtail Charters.
Mate, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Daryl.
It's a good day for it.
Yeah, mate.
And while Cairns personifies the lure of the big blue, there's a whole new world, a short boat ride in the other direction. Ever since commercial netting was stopped here in Trinity Inlet, the fishing has gone from strength to strength.
Nice little spot you've got here, mate.
Yeah, it's a wreck called the Runda. It sunk approximately 12 years ago.
Yeah, okay. A spot like this.
Fishes quite well in the winter. Got to have a good look at it with the fish finder.
Yeah.
If there's bait marking on it, it's definitely worth dropping a line on there.
Yeah, you've got to have activity on the sound, and that's a big tip, whether it be a wreck like this or a natural reef or a fish attracting device, wherever you look. Check if there's bait there first. We've got some bait here today, mate.
Yeah, we got bait marking under us right now.
Let's get the lines in.
Okay, let's do it.
Now that didn't take long. Oh, a fish here already. Not a bad fight on it either. A lot of variety here. There's dozens of species you can catch. So you just don't know what you're going to get. And what have I got here? A beautiful little GT, I think. Just a small one, but great fight on a 10-kilo tackle. There you go there. And these guys, you see a fair few of these in the system, and they get big, but what a great start to the fishing here. Here's another type of rig you can use, a sinker on the bottom, and you come up to the dropper here, and that holds your hook up off the bottom if it's a bit snaggy. And here's one of the prawns I haven't eaten. Hook through the tail. Lob it out towards the wreck. When it hits the water, always stop the line just before it hits the water so it lays out nicely. And then you can just wait. It's only about 4 or 5 metres deep here at the moment. Till it hits the bottom. Here we go. Down about there. And then again, wait for a bite. You know, we've got one already. There's a bite. Here we go. Come on. Now I've got mono line on here. That's why I'm reaching out, because the monofilament line's got a lot of stretch in it. So you've got to really set the hook. If it was braid, I wouldn't need to do anything quite this hard. There we go. How good's that? This is great fun. What do we got here? This guy's come up. Oh, what do we got? It's not a trevally. Oh, it's a big tarpon. It's a cracker tarpon. Have a look at that. There we go. That is a ripper tarpon. Just get him out and give you a look at him. They do get up to about 60 centimetres. This guy's probably about 55. Oh, actually, the record books will show possibly up around 70 at least, but this is a cracking tarpon. Let's get that hook out. Got him there. There we go. That is a beautiful tarpon. They get right up into the rainforest, these guys. They've got a hard mouth on them, so they can be hard to hook. They're okay for bait. They're not good for eating, really. So we treat them as a sport fish and we let them go. There you go. That's a solid tarpon. Beautiful stuff.
Going net-free has clearly been a positive move, but I didn't expect the fish to be biting so vigorously.
Daryl asked me if I'm left or right-handed, and I said I can wind with either. So he gave me this one. But this is a different fight here, so I'm not sure what it is yet. It hasn't jumped like a tarpon. and it's not doing circles like a trevally, more like a jack or a, oh, well, there you go, a relative of the jack, a finger mark, and a good one at that. I might just grab that net, and because he's only just hooked, and I have, besides fresh prawns, a beautiful table fish, and I'm glad to see one of these guys here. I'll just get him out. Oh, he's half stuck in the net, so I'll show him to you like that. But a beautiful finger mark. Yeah, he's well over the legal size. Wherever you fish, always check out the rules. They're there for a reason. They let fish get to a size that they can breed and that they grow too quickly. Here in Queensland, you can look up the website and get all the rules and regulations, and that way you protect the stocks and you're going to catch more fish like this.
We moved on, exploring the upper reaches of Trinity Inlet. And while it would have been easy to just hang around here for a few hours, we had a much bigger item on the agenda.
There you go. There you are, there you are, there you are.
That's next time on Fishing Australia.